What's going on, YouTube? Today we got I guess, pretty cool one. It's a 2008 Ducati 848, and not sure if this is the OEM fairings and stuff, but yeah, let's take a quick look at it. We're gonna be doing both wheels on it. I'm gonna show you how to take off and install both wheels on this bike. So, guy said he picked it up and been sitting for a while, so I'm not sure what the tape's for, honestly. So the graphics don't look too bad on it. Not sure why he's changing the tire, honestly. I have to find out what year it is because that back tire actually looks pretty new. Front tire looks, look at that, cracked out. So it needs a front tire for sure. So let's get started on this, alright? Alright. Now you do need a single sided swing arm to pick it up. But you got the special clip, retaining clip. Take a pillar needle nose, kind of bend it out the way, and it goes inside a hole right there with this part. What I like to do is since this thing is torn down pretty well, I like to mark the hole that went in, and then also which slot it went in as well. That's why I put it back to where it was. Then got a special socket that I got from Ducati. It's two-sided. It's got two different sizes. They do make a third one that's a large one for the super bikes. That's not good. Good thing you got that safety clip on. That is not supposed to be that loose. Normally you're supposed to use an impact to get these things off and on. So I guess that didn't need marking. It's not going to do any good. Anyways, let's take that off. That was easy. You got your nut. There'll be a washer, and then a special cone deal to center the wheel up onto the shaft. All right, that was easy. And then you just kind of give it a couple hits, slide it off. All right, let's go do the front. All right, guys. I'm not entirely sure what size it is. I want to say it's like a 28 millimeter. I don't have one, so unfortunately I gotta use a crescent wrench. I need to figure out exactly what size it is, but get it on there nice and snug. Ducati's torques are usually not that tight to begin with, so we're going to take this nut off. It's got a washer behind it as well, so then we'll take a 6 millimeter Allen. On the bottom here there'll be two pinch bolts on both sides of the axle. You just want to loosen them up. You don't want to take them out. Make sure you're in there all the way. You don't want to strip them out or damage them. Do the other side. Alright. Got them out, or loose I should say. We're going to take a 10 millimeter, or wait, I'm sorry, 8 millimeter for your caliper bolts. What I like to do is you kind of pull it out a little bit, and I use the bolts here to kind of leverage it, to kind of open the pads up and then roll it off. Do the same on the other. Now to get this axle out, it doesn't stick out, so we kind of tap it in and like to take a punch or something. I'm using a beat up extension, just kind of gingerly tap it on the side. Just tap it on for Put my foot on the bottom. There we go. Support our wheel, slide our axle out. There's a spacer on this side. The other side doesn't have a spacer. So when I come back, we'll show you how to put the wheels back on. Alright, let's put them back on. Now, there did end up being a spacer on the other side. It was just flush, so I didn't notice it. But so, when you get your wheels back from the shop, before you leave the shop, make sure you're going the correct direction. Usually on the wheel, somewhere on a spoke or something to be molded, casted in an arrow for the direction. Make sure it matches the arrow on the tire before you leave the shop. So, let's put our spacers back in. Lift the wheel up. Make sure not to knock out our spacers like that. Come on. This fork is turning on us. Oh, there's one of the bolts for the calipers. And another one. Actually take one of them. Straighten the fork out. This thing doesn't have a fender on it, so these forks turn a lot easier. There we go. Take our washer and our nut, stick it in. Again, look up the torque specs for your specific bike. So, I've been doing this a while, and I know Ducati's got some pretty light torque specs. There we go. Take our 6mm. Whoops. You want to start on the outside one. Torque it down. I know these aren't heavy on the torque. Go to your inside. Again, make sure the Allen's flush in there. Tighten it down. Torque it. And go back to the outside. Retorque it. And that's it. Go to the other side. Alrighty then, I just put the other caliper on. I'm going to bring the other one around. I'm going to check our brake pads. We're good. The little metal part's crusty though. The guy said this bike's been sitting a while. Put our caliper bolts in. Get them started by hand, then torque them down. Again, make sure the Allen goes in all the way. Next, spin the wheel, pump your brakes up. This guy's got a leaky, he's got leaky fork seals. You can see the oil. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but his fork seals are leaking. Again, the bike, from what I heard, was sitting outside for a while. So, anyways, let's go do the back one. Alright. Yeah, whoever owned this bike before, this guy, or Could have been the customer. I don't know if they're taking the wheel off, but inside the hub here, you can see it's pretty chewed up. I don't think this is going to be supposed to look like that. I don't think that there's little pegs, I'll show you, that are supposed to go in these holes. I don't think they had them in the holes correctly. That's why that probably came loose. If you look on the hub here, see, look, there's 4 little pegs. One here, here, and on the bottom here. So, this spot, let's put this wheel on. Those little pegs need to go in these holes. Okay. There we go. We'll take our cone, center, and your washer, and your nut. Get that started. We'll grab my air hose. There we go. We use the larger size socket. It fits in there real well. Zip it on. Watch your ears. Now, I'm going to look. See, there's 2 holes right here. You need to find just about where the... Use the camera light. Okay, this one, I can kind of see it right there. It's coming up. Almost there. Just get a couple bumps. Ugga-duggas. One more. Now the clip goes in like this. So it fits in there. And there's a little groove that it fits into. Uh-oh. I think my generator ran out of juice. Gasolina. So, that's basically it. Come back, put some gas in the generator, come back, give you an outro. Later. There you go, guys. 2008 Ducati 848. Both wheels have changed. Those tires were rotted out. The front was made in 03, the rear was made in 08. So the front tire is older than the bike. So yeah, they needed to be changed. That damage that to the rear wheel inside the hub there, that was from someone not putting it on correctly and riding it, and that's why that nut was probably loose. So they probably tightened it up and then riding it and shifted and then came loose. So that's what that safety clip's for there, just in case. So anyways, you know, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and make sure you subscribe. And I should have my trip here coming up soon, so I'll see you guys later. Adios.